Welcome back to another episode of the BGBI podcast. You join me and my good friend Oscar talking about random motoring bits and bobs. And tonight we have a beautiful conversation, beautiful story.
I think you know this already.
Oh well,
before we dive into it,
let's test my knowledge or test my history.
VOLKSWAGEN emissions scandal.
Everyone knows.
Hey, there we go.
But beforehand, if you haven't watched before, we do a little chin wag beforehand, little bit of a story, little bit of a again chin wag again, and then afterwards we have another chin wag over some beer. So yeah, it's all about talking about motoring, about bad ideas, about
definitely bad ideas. A lot of bad ideas.
Yeah, this one that probably was a big bad idea, but
yeah.
we'll get into the details. I feel like we will. So we'll start off by what have you been up to, Mr. White?
Oh, haven't we? So usually we'd go over some automotive news of the week.
Yes.
But me and you have been very, very busy of lately.
Yes.
Very busy indeed. And so we decided we want to bring that to your ears instead. So the first one I'm going to bring into conversation is we went wild camping in Scotland, didn't we?
We did indeed. That was quite the adventure.
That was an insane. And one thing I didn't realise, particularly when people tell you, you tend to dismiss it, is the midges.
Right, yeah.
Because we forget how big of a nuisance they are. We don't really deal with them a lot, particularly in our region of the UK, do we? So when we went up there and we saw literally clouds of insects hovering over us, and we didn't realise
crawling everywhere.
When we're driving up, we drove up and we didn't notice it until we stopped after we made our first initial hike, and then they just swarmed in and were eating us alive. And I've never seen anything quite like that in my entire life.
Yeah,
like that is insane. So I was bitten to death.
Oh yeah, still got your bites now, and
still got some of the remnants.
It's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
So,
and another thing is the ticks. I've never seen a tick in my life until we went to Scotland, and then in the morning cleaning myself up on a Saturday morning, and you're giving yourself the scrub down as best you can after a wild camp, and you look down, and what is on my penis? I have a tick on my penis and my ball sack.
Oh Jesus!
And my nuts. Yeah. So
you probably feel them more than you see them.
You don't feel them because the venom they inject has like a numbing agent.
Right, yeah.
So you can't feel when they bite you, which is really weird. So yeah, I'm on the lookout to make sure I don't develop any Lyme disease.
Still looking out for them.
But they were crazy. Like, you feel so violated when you've had a tick.
It's one of those because people, before we went, obviously people telling us, watch out for those midges, eh?
Yeah.
Any luck catching them midges then, eh? Or like the ticks and stuff like that, and you just go, yeah, I'll be fine. And then you end up with bites all over you, covering your body. But other than that, it was quite the adventure. I mean, it was the first long trip that I did in the V50.
Yes.
I'm classing it as a test drive because it was
probably around 6.5 hours each way.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe also more. Journeys in between. I want to say it was about probably 700-800 miles.
Oh yeah, it must have been. It was probably similar amount to the Belgium trip.
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah, so from here to Belgium and back. But yeah, not a wink from the old girl. She loved that.
She didn't skip a beat, did she? Really? No. I mean, she just managed to smash out, like eating up all of those miles.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's fantastic. I'd recommend wild camping to anyone.
100%, yeah, because it kind of, I think what we thought coming back was, you're so grateful for your bed, so grateful for your shower, for your house, for a midgeless country.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we should also mention that it got so bad with the midgie problems that we ended up booking a hotel in Edinburgh.
We did.
For the final evening.
Because the jam boy didn't like it, did he?
No, I didn't. I came back and like my parents and girlfriend were completely aghast to how bad my midgie bites were because we didn't notice until we're in the hotel. Yeah, and then you guys looked at my arms and my legs and were like, fucking hell.
And obviously at that point it was way too late.
Yeah, exactly. And that really killed me off. But no, I recommend it to anyone. Just don't go between May and August.
Yeah.
I'd say go in like September maybe.
Yeah.
Or
But
just before.
but then if you go at that time, you've got to pack some like winter gear because it's
Yeah,
going to be chilly
true,
up
it'll
on
be
those
cold.
in
It
those
depends.
logs.
I think I'd rather be chilly than eat a lot.
Yeah.
But, you've done something really interesting. This is very recent for you. It's just this past
Yes.
weekend.
Well, pretty much just come back. So obviously we had that weekend where we were rough sleeping, roughing it up in the middle of nowhere. I come back, a week's worth of work. What do I then go and do? I go camping again.
Go roughing it, slumming it. Yeah.
Slumming it again. This time at a festival. I mean, slightly different than wild camping, because wild camping, you're very much out in the sticks. There's nothing around you. And it's very quiet, very alone. In some ways, that's really nice. I really enjoyed how quiet it was where we went. But festival, completely different. Noisy, teenagers, alcohol, music, loud music. So
loads of food as well.
Well, and that's the other thing: loads of food, toilets, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you get your luxuries, you get your downsides. But yeah, it was a great time. It's Truck Fest down in Oxfordshire, so little smaller festival, but yeah, great fun. So I'm done with camping for now.
For a bit till next year.
The next time I rough sleep will probably be in the car, in the Volvo.
Yeah.
But other than that, I need my bed for a bit.
But I'd say even rough sleeping in the cars is quite nice. I'd say it's quite pleasant because you can chuck all your duvet and your quilts and stuff in it.
It was quite nice when we did it. I mean, I had no space.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, there is that. But it was nice. It was comfortable. I had a really good night's sleep.
It was nice and
when
warm
we did that
as well, because it was obviously you're in the car. You haven't got the wind and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of rough sleeping. So
maybe it's a trend. Maybe every summer you should just go rough sleeping for a bit.
that makes you appreciate what you got.
Exactly. And this is how many years of you going to Truck Festival now?
The fourth time. I mean, I've skipped a year in between, but fourth time. So
you could say you're a loyal fan.
Yeah, not quite the veterans that are like 30-year-old and been since the like early 2000s.
Yeah, because how long has it been running for now? Like what, 20 years?
I think it was like 2008 or something like that.
Yeah,
around
almost
that.
18 years then. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Almost as long as we've been alive. No, but that's, I mean, any car news to report off the top of your head? I don't think I have anything running off the noggin.
Any car news? I've been seeing more things about the Bentley.
Yeah.
What was it? The Torcow?
Yes.
Seeing a lot of things about them. And I mean, I think one thing I saw was about, there was an advert about the audio of the car, saying about Bentley is built on the drumming of a V8, and they want to keep that going with the Torcow.
Yeah.
Which was that like a electric?
Or was it a hybrid? Was it electric?
A hybrid, something like that. It almost sounds like they're trying to bring it out almost as just another Bentley, but it might have different quirks that make people think otherwise. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll keep a keen eye and we'll update the viewers as we go. Yeah. The viewers and listeners as we go. But yeah, no, interested to see where that goes. And then obviously...
Quite keen, to be fair, because, I mean, Bentleys are very renowned to be nice cars.
Yes. But are we getting our hands on one anytime soon? Unless they sponsor an episode. I mean, it would be nice.
On a technicality, they are just VWs. So.
Yeah, no, they are.
You own one. You own a Bentley.
Technically.
Just without the badge.
Technically, I do. So today's episode, as we push into what we dub the dark side of the road, which I mean, I suppose we can have some light stories here and there. And the next episode we do, episode 10, is a bit of a special.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Special one. You don't know it yet, but what I'm thinking along the lines is, and I'll give a little hint here, is we trounce through some of the most unpopular and popular car opinions and debate them.
Oh, okay.
As to why.
Yeah.
Are they worth it? From our experience, do we know things? Yeah. But that's just a little hint of
spurt on a lot of what's it called, discussions.
Oh, it will be. It will
literally
be here. One sheet of A4 with 10 questions on.
Oh, right.
But no, we'll bring that in. I'm looking forward to that one as well. I think that'll be a good episode.
Nice, yeah.
Today's one, though, Dark Side of the Road, is, as we mentioned at the start, is something that probably everybody knows.
Yeah.
The Volkswagen emissions scandal. 11 million cars, I think, were affected by the alleged clean diesel.
Yeah.
So, as with everything that we do in the Dark Side of the Road stories, usually I run through a list of characters at the start. Maybe some gear. I don't have characters per se in this one.
Yeah.
but I'm just going to run through some of the machinery
Okay.
that was utilised within these vehicles to bypass some of the emissions checks. So the defeat device, software or hardware that detects when a car is being emissions tested and changes how the engine behaves so it passes.
Wow, yeah.
Ooh, could do that for the Golf. The NOx, the NOx, the nitrogen oxides, the pollutant at the heart of this, linked to smog, asthma, and respiratory illness. You're familiar with these.
That's what they're checking against. They don't want any of that.
They don't want your car to be shitting out. EA.189, the VW Group diesel engine family at the centre of the scandal.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know if you're familiar with that engine.
Not engine codes.
No, we're not really engine codes kind of guys.
PD100, but everyone knows that one.
Everyone knows that one. PEMS, PEMS, portable emissions measurement system, boot-mounted lab that measures what a car actually emits on the real roads. I mean, have they ever actually 100% accurate to what they do in real life when you've got 130,000 miles on an old Golf?
Yeah.
Do they check it there? So LNT versus SCR, AdBlue. Obviously, we're all familiar with AdBlue. Yeah. So the two main NOx cleanup technologies, the LNT and the SCR.
Right. Okay.
And then clean diesel, the term, the dubbed VW's US marketing pitch. Clean diesel, diesel economy and talk with petrol level cleanliness, but you never get it out of diesel. That's just by the by, isn't it? The car engine, the EA189,
right,
a 2-litre TDI. They're very famous for that engine, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Volkswagen, they're massive. That. So the Jetta, the Golf, the Beetle, the Passat, and the Audi A3, 2009, 2015 models, incorporate these engines. Obviously, you get different variations. You can either have like a 1.8 turbo petrol Audi, or along those lines. But this one is probably a standard engine that I'd say most people would have as a commuter car or family SUV. So obviously, what were they pitching at the time? What were people catching? Pitching and catching. I love that phrase. So it was dubbed to have it all. So big MPG figures, which in America, it's classic doing hundreds and hundreds of miles a day. Proper torque, huge range. VW claimed emissions clean enough for the world's strictest NOx rules, and then clean diesel again. The phrase all dubbed throughout this entire is a whole strategy and marketing pitch for the project. Obviously, it worked. Marketing, people find a way to win the hearts of others. The 2009 Jetta TDI won Green Car of the Year.
Oh, right, yeah.
Did you know that? Yes. 2010 Audi A3 TDI won it the year after.
Diesels are winning the Green Car of the Year.
Yeah. In September 2015, both awards were rescinded following, obviously, the scandal.
Yeah.
And that was the first time they were rescinded in the programme's history.
Oh, wow, yeah. See, that's still crazy, because you would have thought that fully fledged EVs were out at that point. Like the Nissan Leaf and stuff like that. So to why that wasn't given the award for the green car?
Well, it's probably the fact that they came up with a solution for diesels.
As in, it's green because it's pulling people that would buy diesel cars away from emissions, sort of thing.
It's green because they've managed to find a way to make diesel clean.
Right, yeah.
In comparison,
engineering improvement awards, sort of thing.
Exactly. Basically, I mean that's what most awards are, engineering improvement awards. But yeah, that's what it is. Is if someone can make something 100% efficient, even though obviously it wasn't 100% efficient, if someone can do that on something that shouldn't be versus something that already is, it's much more commendable to do that, in my opinion. So the engineering problem underneath it all, and you like getting your hands dirty with a bit of engineering.
We love engineering problems.
So NOx is actually the diesel's Achilles heel. So the way it works is diesels sip fuel but make NOx. Cleaning it to US standards means expensive after treatment. And the better system, SCR with AdBlue, costs more, takes up space and needs refilling.
Yeah.
It's basic caronomics.
Yeah, well, it's like they brought AdBlue in and then everyone was like, this is not the way to go about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so personally, the US court documents that came out after after all this erupted, in 2006, engineers developing the EA-189 for America realised they could not hit US NOx limits
Right.
within the company's cost and timing targets. So again, everything comes down to the cost and time.
Yeah,
as we know
course,
with the
yeah.
Ford Pinto story that we
Yeah.
read. So software was designed to cheat the test instead.
Right.
Yeah, clever, I guess.
But it's cheating.
Yeah, exactly. So what the software actually did. So in test mode, the car recognised the lab steering dead straight. Presets, when it's in a lab, people just stick it on.
Yeah.
It's going a set mile an hour. And this software was able to pick that up.
Yeah.
And run its full emissions controls, and the result was obviously a much cleaner, greener pass.
Yeah.
And then in the road mode, the controls wound down, result better economy and response.
But worse emissions.
Yeah, and it knocks many times the legal limit, up to 40 times.
Oh my god.
The driver never knew. Nothing looked or felt different from behind the wheel, which is exactly why it lasted so long.
Yeah.
You could say. I find that so interesting, though, that it is clever. The person who comes up with the software, I mean, yes, when it goes to a test centre or you're doing this, that, and the other, that it's going to be run through the set conditions that every car does.
Yeah.
So running in a straight line, running at 30 miles an hour for 5 minutes, 10 minutes at 2,000 RPM.
Yeah.
Or whatever the test is. So, yeah, you have to come up with some kind of solution. And people find a way to cheat always with everything in the world.
I think the problem with what they were trying to achieve is the fact that it was trying to be really good in all areas. So it wanted to be super efficient, super powerful, and super cheap, super economical.
Yeah.
You can't do all of those at the same time.
No, exactly. It's like the pyramid of trade-offs. Like you cover one, you take those two. You cover that one.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want it to be cheap and economical, then it's going to have to be, just unreliable.
Shit.
Not going to work. Expensive.
So as we go through the stories, and I know you love the format of my storytelling now, which we separate into different
Nothing
acts.
better.
Separate it into acts, so we usually run about 6 acts. We run through chronologically the story of everything that happened at the time, and we have the same with today's episode. We've got the 6 acts running through. We start off with Act 1, dubbed The Bet, 2006, 2008. So this is the engineering time, getting it through, time pressure, time constraints. How can we cheat the system to make it work? So VW wanted to be the biggest car maker on earth, and its published Strategy 2018 targeted global number 1. I mean, they're already fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're already well recognised. But I'll be very surprised to know that if they weren't world number 1.
Yeah, I mean, they're big enough to be there. I'm surprised if they're not.
Yeah, exactly. So in America, VW was a little bit weaker than, let's say, the EMEA markets. And so they decided to come into the American market with the diesels.
Yep.
As we know and love, the weapon, the diesel. Europe already loved the diesel engine. We literally have one on the drive now. In fact, I wonder the cars on the drive. The van will have a Volkswagen engine in it, because Man Van is the same chassis as Volkswagen.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's some little knowledge bomb for you. Europe already loved the car. Roughly half of new Western European cars were diesels in the mid-2010s. That's a massive number. And the plan was basically to sell America a clean diesel as a smart alternative to hybrid systems that are quite prominent in America. There was one problem with this as well, though. Bringing it into this new market, America's NOx limits were far tighter than Europe's.
Yeah.
And the new EA-189 could not meet them within VW's cost and timing targets, as mentioned prior. The decision, so per the US Department of Justice, VW engineers began designing defeat device software. Big no-no.
Clever designs.
In 2006, so the cars would pass in the lab while running dirtier on the road.
Yeah.
The Department of Justice called it a 10-year conspiracy.
Oh, right.
Because obviously running 2005-06 to 2015 when it was eventually found.
People didn't actually know the details, but they thought something was happening. And
exactly.
They were grabbing onto it for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. And so obviously things aren't always done all in house. So there was an engineering firm involved as well,
Yeah.
IAV, which helped to develop the software. And as we find later on in the story, they pled guilty in the US and paid a $35 million criminal fine.
Wow.
Yeah. So moving on to Act 2. How does the lie work? So we're looking 2008, 2014.
Long time.
Perfect years. Childhood years.
Brilliant.
So from 2008, the EA189 went into millions of cars across VW, Audi, Seat, and Skoda, as we know, big conglomerate of the VAG group.
Yep.
VW later admitted around 11 million vehicles worldwide carried the software. Bomba. Yeah.
Big infection of
exactly.
crime.
So the marketing, again, keep coming back to the point of clean diesel.
Yeah.
A slogan, a catchphrase, a line, a tagline for all marketing. So clean diesel was just everywhere. Persuading that US market and just grabbing them. Come here, try my clean diesel.
You can just imagine the customers like, oh, you heard about clean diesel now?
Yeah,
They've got
exactly.
clean diesel. Don't worry about the dirty stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The US Federal Trade Commission later sued over a 7-year ad campaign and called it deceptive.
Well, it is.
It literally is on the tin. So low emissions, eco-friendly claims are completely false, and also the awards that they won too that got rescinded. Well. So yeah, as we mentioned, the green car of the year twice, Jetta TDI, then Audi A3 TDI. Just ridiculous. I just, like you say, in what conceivable universe is diesel winning that?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the real world, we were brought back to reality. Every one of those cars was emitting many times as Clayton NOx, as we mentioned earlier, to 40 times as much.
That's crazy amount
over. From day one, you take it out of that garage, take it off the showroom floor, and it's already farting out fumes. Obviously, with the naked eye, you're not going to be able to see it all. So nobody outside could see it. You can't feel it. It's not something you know without running the software plugged straight onto the car. So the bet was paying off. By summer 2015, VW had edged past Toyota in global first half sales. World number one was there. It was in touching distance. It was at arm's length. You can only imagine the pain. So move on to Act 3. This is a section called The Road Trip That Broke It.
All right.
Okay, so 2013 to May 2014. The study that caught VW was meant to show diesel could be clean.
All right, okay.
So big old irony comes to strike its iron fist straight down. The ICCT, a non-profit research council, wanted real-world US data to push Europe to tighten its own enforcement on diesel engines because US spec diesels were assumed to be the clean ones. The House of Commons Transport Committee later put it plainly: the researchers were not looking for deception.
Okay, right.
So the team who was actually running this, West Virginia University's emission lab, budget under 70 grand, and they could probably buy 2 cars.
Yeah.
So this is a figure that a congressman later contrasted with the EPA's entire budget. And then the kit is a PEMS rig, as we mentioned PEMS earlier, plumbed into the boot. So they ran the test on 3 different cars: a VW Jetta, a VW Passat, and a BMW X5. Just throw it in there, a little bit rogue.
Big old one.
They were driven over 5 real-world routes: highway, urban, rural, up and downhill, including long US West Coast drives.
Okay, so road trips and short commutes.
Yeah, everything.
Kind of encompassing all types of driving.
Suburban and urban is what most people probably put it as. So these numbers are according to ICCT's own database here. So the Jetta, 15 to 35 times the NOx standard on the road. Passat, 5 to 20 times the standard. And the BMW X5, broadly at or below the standard, exceeding it only on rural uphill sections. So obviously the BMW passed.
I would have thought that the X5 would be the one to go like a million times over the standard.
No, exactly. You would think that, but obviously they were doing something right. They weren't programming this software to pass the bills. put the same VWs on the official lab test, and they passed cleanly. So from the test they took here, on the real world, doing all those multitude of different urban suburban drives, and they took it to a lab, and it just instantly passed it cleanly. So May 2014, the study is published, and the results go to regulators. California's Air Resources Board, CARB. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty good name.
And calm.
CARB. C-A-R-B.
Oh, carb.
Yeah,
I thought you said calm.
No, CARB.
Carburetor.
And the EPA open inquiries and start asking VW to explain why the data is so different in comparison.
I can imagine
to
the graphs where it's just like all of the cars tested. You've got like maybe up and down, and then you've got the lab test maybe up and down. You've got VWs like pretty high, and then you look at the lab test, like just flatline probably.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's big differentiation between the two.
That's tests. What's so ironic about the whole situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's move on to Act 4. Oh, we're getting deep into the guts of the story now. Deep into the bowels.
Are we at the reckoning yet?
We're almost there. The reckoning's Act 5, as we know. So the cover-up and the collapse in Act 4, 2014 to November 2015.
Right.
Great years to be alive.
Oh, not quite as good as 2016, but we're getting there.
Well, 2018 fortnight, so best years of my life.
I wasn't there for that. I missed that.
So for more than a year, VW told regulators the gap was down to technical issues and test conditions. What years you would come in? Great defense.
Someone installed some dodgy hardware to my car.
Yeah, I can't believe they've done that. Oh, they were ragging it about. They had it on 10,000 RPM the whole time. In December 2014, it ran a voluntary recall, which didn't fix it, and CARB retested in 2015, and it was still pointing to the same results before, being extremely dirty.
Okay, so they did a recall to kind of...
Yeah, we're trying our best.
Yeah, and then it just hadn't done much at all. Done anything, it seems.
Yeah, exactly. So CARB and the EPA refused to certify VW's 2016 model year diesels for sale until they got a real answer. So no certification, no business in the US.
I imagine that was a lot of cars piling up in that time then.
Yeah, exactly, because the US plants were churning out VWs, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They'd be absolutely chucking them out. 3rd of September 2015, VW formally admitted to CARB and the EPA that the cars contained a defeat device.
Ah, there you go.
Let's get into the nooks. Friday, 18th of September 2015, the EPA goes public. A notice of violation of the Clean Air Act, roughly 482,000 US 2-litre VW and Audi diesels. Software reading steering, speed, engine runtime, and air pressure to spot on the test up to 40 times the NOx standard on the road. The EPA noted potential fines of up to... sorry, the ink ran out a bit there. 18 billion.
Jesus.
So this could be coined as possibly the worst week in VW history.
Oh, yeah.
So Sunday the 20th, Winterkorn in a statement, so he was the CEO at the time. Yeah. I personally am deeply sorry that we have broken the trust of our customers. Monday the 21st, day after, at a glitzy New York Passat lunch, Lenny Kravitz on stage and a German beer and pretzels out. US boss Michael Horn goes off script. Our company was dishonest. And in my German words, we have totally screwed up.
Yeah.
Tuesday, 22nd. VW admits around 11 million cars worldwide are affected and sets aside 6.5 billion euros. That's as per the BBC News. The share price has collapsed by roughly a third in 2 trading days.
Wow.
And we know about some big share drops.
Yeah, I mean, that's massive.
Yeah. Around 25 billion euros of value gone.
Yeah.
Huge. Wednesday, 23rd, going through this week, the terrible week for VW. Winterkorn resigns. He is, quote unquote, shocked. And VW needs a fresh start. And he also says, I'm not aware of any wrongdoing on my part. And that's as per the BBC.
Right.
The denial still stands today. Just a caveat for us to
his personal denial.
Yep.
Yeah.
Friday the 25th, Porsche boss Matthias Müller is named the new group CEO.
Okay, yeah.
And then Wednesday the 30th, Green Car of the Year rescinds both VW Group awards, a first in the prize's history. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a bad week in the office.
Exactly. And then we go on. So obviously that was in September, 8th of October 2015. Horn under oath before a US House subcommittee. This is a couple of software engineers who put this in for whatever reason. This was not a corporate decision.
Some rogue employees.
Lawmakers at the time openly didn't buy his argument there.
Yeah.
And the prosecutions that followed reached the heads of the department, not just the coders of the software itself. And then, of course, there's bound to be a ripple effect. As you know, one thing in business, sneeze on the other side of the world sends a hurricane to the US.
Yeah.
The ripple, 2nd of November 2015, a second EPA notice covering 3-litre V6 diesels in Europe. Around 8.5 million cars are recalled across the EU. About 1.2 million of them in the 1.2 million of them in the UK. So that goes across the VW UK.
1.2 million of the 3-litre V6s.
V6s, yeah.
I didn't realise there were that many.
That's loads, isn't there?
I guess because they've got it in the, well, they probably have it in the. They might have it in the Golf. Definitely have it in the Passat.
Yes.
The Touareg, the SUV.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Wouldn't
they also have it in, because it's VAG? It's going to be in.
Oh,
Audis.
Of course, all of the Audi and Skoda variants. And Seat,
exactly.
Probably, so.
And maybe even in some. Would they been in any Porsches? Maybe.
No, because they've still got their Porsche and flat engines. The 911s anyway. That's the point. Maybe the Cayennes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they could have put it in them. But either way, obviously VAG encompasses a lot of cars, like a significant amount of cars. Yeah. Probably people can't even fathom. I mean, like when we were pulling your Volvo apart the other day, and there was the Ford logo on the inside. So everyone trades parts.
Everyone owns everyone, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then Blackstone or BlackRock's at the top.
Yeah.
I feel.
Well, this is the funny thing, though. This is the funny thing. It's like it's a Volvo with Ford parts, but it's a Peugeot engine with Ford parts on it.
Yeah.
How does that work?
And who knows? Exactly. It's all just one big circle jerk.
Yeah.
So as we move on to your favourite act, the reckoning. There's always a reckoning. Every week we've got to have a reckoning act.
How did it end?
2016 to 2019. So we go to January 2016 now. The US Department of Justice sues on behalf of the EPA. Nearly 600,000 US vehicles with illegal defeat devices. And then move on to March 2016. The FTC sues over the clean diesel advertising.
Yeah.
So you got, for the effects, and then you've also got from the initial start point and advertising, marketing point of view.
Was the false advertisement claims that they were trying to get to?
Yeah, exactly. June 2016, the $14.7 billion settlement of 2-litre cars. Buybacks or approved fixes for owners, plus billions for environmental remediation and zero emissions investments. So, I mean, they're doing some good. They're putting it back into the economy. For every tree you chop down, you plant 10.
Yeah.
But is it too little, too late? So, by early 2018, VW had repurchased around 350,000 US diesels for more than $7.4 billion.
Wow. Yeah.
And was storing roughly 300,000 of them at 37 sites. So one was a shuttered Detroit football stadium, a former Minnesota paper mill, and a vast desert lot of Victorville, California. And you can actually, if you Google this now, obviously pause the podcast and come back to it. You can Google the aerial photographs now and just see these cars piled up.
Just a field of colour.
Yeah, it's crazy, like ridiculous amount of cars. So we move on to now the 11th of January 2017. VW VAG agrees to plead guilty to 3 US felonies. Conspiracy to defraud the US, commit wire fraud and violate the Clean Air Act.
Yeah.
Obstruction of justice, and also and importing goods by false statements. With $4.3 billion in criminal and civil penalties, 3 years probation and an independent compliance monitor. 6 executives and managers are indicted on the same day.
Yeah.
So it all comes to a head, doesn't it?
You got to blame someone.
Okay. And we'll go over some of the names of the men here who went to prison. So the men who went to prison, I'm going to name these ones as these are probably the safest ones to name without us getting into any liability issues. So James Liang, a veteran VW engineer who cooperated with the FBI from the start, 40 months in prison and $200,000 fine.
All right, yeah.
He was the first person to be sentenced in the scandal, so it's important to know that. And Oliver Schmidt, former head of VW's US Environment and Engineering Office, arrested at Miami Airport in January 2017, heading home from holiday.
Oh, wow.
December 2017, sentenced 7 years and a $400,000 fine. The judge called him a key conspirator.
Right, yeah.
Who saw the cover-up as a chance to shine and climb the corporate ladder.
Yeah, because he was in that environmental office. He was trying to get somewhere with it.
Yeah, exactly. CFO maybe, CEO maybe. Schmidt in court said, "I accept the responsibility for the wrong I committed." So obviously, full admission of guilt there. The other indicted men stay in Germany, which does not extradite its own citizens outside of the EU. So, I'll go in there, sweep them up, take us to prison in America.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of stats and figures in this story. It really is. But again, obviously, it's one of the most popular stories ever told, probably to do with car fraud in the entire world.
It blew up because I remember it being on like evening news. So it was a big thing that happened. I mean, I imagine a lot of people have forgotten about it ever happening, but
no, exactly.
Big company does a big boo-boo.
It's
and everyone knows about it.
Exactly. Okay, so now we move on to May 2018. US prosecutors charged Martin Winterkorn himself with conspiracy and wire fraud. He denies wrongdoing, and as a German citizen in Germany, cannot be extradited.
Yeah,
as we know.
Yeah.
So it was Germany's turn in the reckoning now. June 2018, prime year for Fortnite. VW accepts a $1 billion fine from Braunschweig prosecutors for supervisory failures in its engine development department, covering around 10.7 million cars. It's a big old figure. CEO Herbert Diess, by accepting it, Volkswagen takes responsibility for the diesel crisis. CEO Herbert Diess. So, I'm not very good with German names. Maybe need to brush up on my German a little bit. Again, in June 2018, Audi CEO Rupert Stadler is arrested and spends 4 months in pre-trial detention. In October 2018, Audi accepts its own €800 million fine for the V6, V8 diesels, which is almost 5 million cars. According to Munich prosecutors. April 2019, so again, keeping on this chronological tale of woe, German prosecutors charge Winterkorn and others with fraud. Charges, not convictions, might we add as well, so we don't get into any liability problems on the podcast. And then May 2019, supplier Bosch accepts a €90 million fine for negligent supervision over roughly 17 million engine control units it supplied.
So they're in amongst the mess because they were the ones supplying it. But
yes,
then
negligence, not conspiracy. Though,
I can say it wasn't them that had the bright idea.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for Bosch as well, 90 million. What's that like? Something you find on the back of the sofa?
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, that's the monthly budget.
So now moving on to Act 6, which we routinely know as the kind of knock-on effects of what happened next. Where are we today in the whole position of it? So 2020 to today, 2026. So July 2020, the FTC's final court report, VW and Porsche repaid more than $9.5 billion to US buyers since 2016.
And that's them repurchasing the cars back.
Yes.
Because that's going straight back to the buyers. Yeah.
The largest consumer redress program in US history. And given the choice, more than 86% of owners took the buyback rather than the fix.
Yeah.
So US pretty spot on. Yeah, almost all people chose to get rid of it. I mean, if they didn't know, would they ever sold it back?
Yeah, it's one of these things where it's a environmental problem. So it shouldn't be the consumer's problem.
No, exactly.
But of course, them having the car is the problem.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah. Or is it their problem? It's just one big leapfrog of blame shifting.
Yeah.
We'll also move on to Germany's drivers actually finally getting their comeuppance as well.
Yeah.
So February to April 2020, VW settles the giant VSBZ consumer action, which is up to 830 million euro offered, around 620 million euros paid to roughly 200,000 owners, at roughly 1,300 to 6,200 euros each. 25th of May 2020, Germany's highest civil court, the BGH, much like the Crown Court, like going to the Old Bailey would be, but except not for murders in the UK. Rules VW must compensate a diesel owner, take the car back, refund the price minus mileage, setting the benchmark for tens of thousands of the remaining cases that were to follow post this initial ruling here. 2021, the civil bill for the old board. VW's own investigation concludes Winterkorn breached his duty of care. So again, it's coming back to a negligence point, not fraud. He agrees to pay VW 11.2 million euros and Stadler 4.1 million euros, with D&O insurers bringing the package to 288 million euros. And this is approved by 99.9% of shareholders. In September 2025, Germany's top civil court ruled that the shareholder approval process defective on disclosure grounds and sent that question back to a lower court. That's as per Bloomberg's reporting standards.
Right, yeah.
And so the saga continues to outlive its own settlements. I mean, there's just so many caveats and so much nuance with this case. It's absolutely unbelievable. Just from someone coding something to say, when I drive straight at 30 miles an hour, stick the emissions off.
But it was how big it was and how many people were involved in making it right and keeping it secret, really. Because you think the amount of people at Volkswagen, you've got to keep it secret about how they're actually doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
How many people are involved? That's a big task.
Yeah, well, exactly. That comes part of the problem, doesn't it? Yeah. But then also independent testers bring it up and then actually question it. Oh, well, we've done a test ourselves, and on road you're 35 times more NOx pollutant.
Yeah.
So May 2022 in the UK, VW settles the English group claim for £193 million. I wouldn't mind a million or two myself.
Yeah,
That'd be
just
quite
a little
nice.
slice.
I know, exactly. Across roughly 91,000 claimants. So again, this is without any admission of liability here. Then we move on to June 2023. So these dates just keep on rolling, on rolling. Don't worry, guys. We've got plenty more dates to get through on these pages. September 2024 to July 2025, Winterkorn's trial. At last, but then no. 9 years on, his Braunschweig trial finally opened on 3rd of September 2024. With counts of fraud, market manipulation, and false testimony, and up to 10 years if he were to be convicted, with the court putting around 9 million vehicles on scope. Days later, it is suspended after an accident, and on 1st of July 2025, the court provisionally terminates proceedings on health grounds.
Yeah.
And then if it's in review, if he recovers. So if he recovers, it gets reviewed again and brought back in. He remains unconvicted and denies everything. So, we can't say on air that it should be liable or not. Moving on to the 26th of May, 2025 now. So Braunschweig convicts 4 former VW managers of fraud after a 4-year trial. It's a very lengthy trial.
Oh, right, yeah.
Ex-diesel development chief Jans Hadler, 4.5 years. Ex-Drive Electronics head Hanno Yelden, 2 years, 7 months. Former development boss Heinz Jakob Neusser, and 4th defendant, suspended terms. The court put the total damage at 2.1 billion euros for the EMEA market, and that's as per Bloomberg's reporting. And appeals were lodged, and then also there are 31 more accused still awaited trial in Braunschweig.
A lot of people involved.
So it's like a Russian doll effect.
Yeah.
You take one out, there's another VW engineer in there.
Another group, another office building.
Exactly. So the cost to VW, where is it kind of leaving us now as we proceed through 2026? More than 30 billion euros in fines, buybacks, legal costs, and compensations.
Yeah.
And that's by the company's own estimation themselves.
Right, yeah.
The human cost. An MIT-led peer-reviewed study put the excess emissions toll at around 60 early deaths.
Oh,
So
wow.
already having a human life knock-on effects there.
Yeah.
A 2017 follow-up estimated around 1,200 early deaths across Europe from affected cars sold in Germany alone.
And this is so people that own the cars for that short amount of time use them
Yeah.
just sucking the exhaust pipe.
Oh yeah, they're clearly sitting in the garage with the engine on.
Yeah.
So where does it leave us as well with the rules changing? And as we know, with some of the ones that have come in the past, you have lots of regulatory advisory bodies, safety bodies changing their rules when something happens. So from September 2018, the EU introduced real driving emissions testing, which is obviously crucial because that's how most driving takes place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Portable kit on real roads, the exact method that that study that used the 3 cars,
Yeah.
the Passat, the
So
Audi.
instead of the lab test,
Yeah.
they're doing a proper outdoors
Yeah,
test.
stick it in the boot, hook it up.
Yeah.
Test the emissions on the real world. But who knows? Maybe people are finding ways to bypass that as well. And then diesel kind of falling off a cliff from roughly half of new Western European car sales in 2015 to 7.5% of new EU registrations in the first half of 2026.
Wow.
So that is huge decrease.
Because people they've got no trust in it now.
Yeah, exactly. And VW now are kind of putting their money on electric cars, aren't they?
Right, yeah, to kind of pivot away from
exactly.
the mess that they led.
Yeah, exactly. But the final bit of irony, and we take this back to 2016. This is quite funny.
Brilliant, yeah.
So mid-scandal, everything going on, everything the world is in awe at how a company can do this. VW became the world's biggest car maker by sales.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So I guess they did hit their number one target in the end, didn't they? And the customers largely came back. And as we know from myself, with the Volkswagen Golf on the drive right now, and there's a van on the drive as well that's got VW parts. It's effectively a VW.
Yeah.
They're just everywhere.
So I guess that they're that big and that connected to other connected. They own enough companies to the point where they are still pretty damn big.
Yeah.
And even a scandal of that size can keep them in the position that they're in.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, exactly. And that'll be one of the debate prompts that I'll put forward to you. But as we like to do, I'm just going to rattle around with this paper a little bit. As we normally like to do with finishing the stories hot off the press, what are your takes and where does it leave you thinking about VW as a company, and where's your mind at? Where are you sitting?
Well, it's one of these things because they've obviously gone into this going, right, we need to achieve this tomorrow. And they've gone, what can we do?
Yeah. I want these papers on my desk yesterday.
Yeah. So it's almost as like because it's pretty innocent to turn around to your colleagues and go, we want to find a way to make diesel more economical and more efficient, that kind of thing. And that was probably the task that they had. But to then fulfill it, they had to cut corners and lie and cheat and commit crimes. So they went around it the wrong way. And as you said before, all of this has stemmed from a bit of computery bodgery in the ECU of the car.
Yeah.
But a bit of computery bodgery in 10 million cars, it becomes a big problem.
No,
so
exactly.
it's only such a big scandal because how big the company is and how many cars they've sold. If it was something like, I don't know, Saab, who isn't around anymore, then it probably wouldn't be as big of a scandal. It'd just be like, oh, they're a weird company doing weird things. And then they go out of business. But returning back to what I just said, it was like VW is so big, they can get away with stuff like that.
Oh, exactly,
so,
yeah. They just kind of brush it under the carpet, kick the food under the fridge.
yeah. Well, for something like this, that's just to get round emission stuff, again, the consumer doesn't really mind, other than the ones that have died by sucking the fumes in their driveway. And then sadly passed. But we go back to like the Ford Pinto story, where that was a stupid design that killed people, but in simple crashes because it was just such a daft
putting
design.
The fuel tank so close to the crumple zone.
Yeah. And the engineers knew it because they tested it. It failed, and they just sent it out anyway. But this kind of, instead of being a direct problem for the consumer, it's more of just to get around laws and legislation in order to sell more cars, obviously make money from it, but also deliver their product to more people, have more of their stuff around.
Breaking into that new US market was their main goal.
Exactly, so, but I guess the way that they did it wasn't one of the best ways, so
no,
that's how they started the ball of mess.
Yeah, exactly. They keep it rolling. So after we get your takes, we also like to bring in just a few debate prompts to sort of have a bit more of a discussion, maybe probe the story a little bit deeper than people typically would reading it on the surface level on the news. If you saw this in front of you, typically you're reading a broadsheet tabloid and you're going, that's quite interesting, I'll read it.
Yeah.
No one has a discussion around. Well, people do, but people at home don't necessarily have the discussion around probing it any deeper than that.
Yeah.
So, the question I'll ask you, and it's one that you could probably easily answer. So, 10 years on, VW is still a giant and selling millions. Would you buy one? Would you buy a VW in this day and age?
It's hard not to.
Yeah.
With the companies that they own. To be fair, when I was changing to my current Volvo a couple of weeks ago, I was considering a Skoda Superb.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, more so the newer ones, but they've got the Octavia, whatever it is, estates, which are nice as well. And VW Group, TDI engines, brilliant. So those are on the cards. I mean, going off slightly a tangent here, I feel like the cars that I enjoy are like police spec cars. Anything in the police, like
you're getting an Astra next.
I'm not that level. So I did see once a Toyota Aygo, do you know, the tiny little pip.
Yeah, city police cars.
2 6 foot plus policemen in that.
Oh my god!
I don't know how.
Well, I don't know what's rare, a Toyota Aygo police car or a 6 foot policeman these days. We need more 6 foot policemen.
But yeah, I forgot what the question was. Would I buy a VW?
Would you buy
of course, I would buy a VW.
Yeah, can't be silly not to, because they are really good cars at the end of the day. And obviously, I speak for myself as a slightly biased VW owner. Any day of the week. In fact, I think my next car, as I said, I'm either going to have a Porsche or walk, but I think I could also fold a VW in into there somewhere.
That's like your plan B.
That'll be my plan B. No, it'll be my plan C, because I'll walk before I buy. So another question as well it's quite an interesting one, is so a university team was able to find this out on a 70 grand budget. Obviously they tested it on real world applications, and before this, do you think it was built on a trust system, or do you think people blindly ignored going through the facts and testing it any further than they did?
Well, you would have thought the external testers, would it be in their highest of ambitions, trying to figure out if this thing is within or out of spec. So I doubt heavily that there'd be deals done to kind of hush about what findings you have, because it's in their greatest interest to catch anyone that kind of stoops below the line that they're trying to make. So,
well, we say that, but there's still countries out there that commit war crimes, isn't there? Yeah. And there's a set of guidelines set out across the world where people shouldn't violate the rights of man, and people still do it.
Well, yeah, so, corruption is in quite a lot of places, but
it's everywhere. Yeah. It's the highest levels of governments. Obviously you see it in the US and Russia, all those.
You got any spare tin foil for my hat?
Yeah, maybe we won't go down that route too far.
But yeah, I think it's more so the fact that the people, when they were sending these cars to do these tests, they probably found the pattern that they were doing the same test every time. They might have asked questions. Why do you do this test? What do you do in the test? And they would go, well, we do the same thing every time. We plug it in. We make sure the wheel's straight 100%.
Yeah. And we run it at 30 miles an hour,
Yeah.
2,000 RPM.
And there's someone noting down ferociously.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight line steering wheel,
Yeah.
30 miles an hour, half an hour.
What if in the real world someone was driving down the motorway in traffic doing 30 miles an hour at 2,000 RPM straight line?
Click them in super clean.
Do you reckon it's super clean?
Everyone should start doing that when they drive.
Yeah, just straight arm it.
Steer.
Straight arm the whole drive home. And the final question I've got to sort of bring into you. So obviously Dieselgate kind of killed off the whole diesel movement, as we know, with the figures dropping down to 7.5% of sales in 2026 so far. Do you think that kind of helped turbocharge the EV movement? Do you reckon that put people's, opinions and importance into developing the EV technology rather than developing a greener diesel or petrol? Or do you think EV would have just been a boom on its own?
A bit of both, really, because brilliant timing to kind of deflate the diesels out in there to kind of go, well, what are other options? Petrol or EV? And people go, oh, I like the idea of EV, let's go EV.
It's clean energy. It
opens up the opportunity for people, especially old people, like my father, to move to EV instead of getting another diesel. But at the same time, it's almost like you say, the movement was already still there. The development is electric cars now compared to 10 years ago when we had the Nissan Leaf and
Tesla Roadster.
Yeah,
that was cool though.
Well, the Tesla, is that even out yet?
I don't think so.
They've been teasing that thing for like
10 years.
Yeah, 10, 15 years. A long time. But yeah, I think the development in the EVs have been crazy. So of course people are going to pick them up. You can go further with them. They're quicker, more efficient, that kind of thing, and they've got better tech in them. So people are obviously loving them. At the same time, diesel's going down means that more will be put. I think it's a bit of both. It's a bit of both. And what people fail to know as well, or understand, because everyone's like, oh, global warming, guys, we're all going to die. Less people having diesels. The diesels themselves getting more economical because you have got AdBlue, as much as it is a pain in the arse.
Yeah.
You've got other bits that like MPG, like the MPG we get in our cars, like 50 MPG.
Yeah, I got 60 MPG on a drive back from Manchester to the Midlands.
Yeah.
Which is, what, a good 2.5 hours, and 60 MPG average for the whole trip. It's pretty damn good.
Well, remember the average from Scotland and back, that 700-mile round trip, it was about like a 55 average MPG.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Yeah, so like that is economical already, diesels.
Yeah, and that was quite a full car. That had quite a lot of weight in it as well.
Of course it was, yeah. All the equipment in the back. But on top of that, you got petrols that they're getting even more efficient and economical. They're getting smaller literage. You get EcoBoosts, Ford EcoBoosts. You've got one out there, I think. Have you?
I think that's an EcoBoom.
Is it? An EcoBoom, yeah. Because you reduce the size of the engine, make the turbo bigger, more efficient, brilliant. So you've got diesels and petrols more efficient, and then you've got EVs, which are uber efficient in the way of emissions because they don't emit anything at all.
Yeah, exactly. And you can put some solar panels on your house and use the electricity from that to charge your car, and effectively you're not pulling any from the grid or coal-powered stations or non-green energy. You're pulling it all from green energy.
Yeah,
you could charge your car with the sun. Imagine telling that to a caveman. Here's a vehicle that can go 200 miles an hour and you can charge it with the sun.
But trying to tell him that energy comes from the sun, it's like, yeah, I know, it lights fires to things. It's brilliant, isn't it?
This is my magnifying glass. It's like, go burn some forest. It's definitely, as you say, I think it's a bit both. I think maybe EV would have just popped off like it did anyway, even
without it as well.
If there was 75% of European car sales are diesel, I reckon that still, because it's always trying to find something that's the next thing, the better thing.
Yeah.
And that's just how innovation in a capitalist society goes, isn't it? It's you do the best thing for the best money.
Yeah.
And you keep developing it, and it just gets exponentially better. You just got a graph that's like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the time.
Well, it's like the iPhone thing. They bring out the iPhone. You get the early starters who are like new technology. This is advancement. This is like quality item. and then you get the good reviews and the people benefiting themselves from it, and then you get more people coming in, and you get more, and then people want to be like them, so they get more of them.
Yeah.
There'll be more of them. So we might be seeing that with EVs. We don't know.
Yeah,
Depends if they can keep the national grid in check.
Yeah, well, we're definitely seeing the start of it. But yeah, if they chuck some PV panels on every new house that's built and chuck a charging station on every driveway that's built with these new houses, you'd be laughing. Yeah. You'd be laughing.
Well, I think they're either looking at, already have in London, because everyone's in terrace houses in London, putting EV chargers into lampposts.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, instead of obviously having cables going across the driveways.
Yeah, well, people do.
The driveways,
but then again, I have seen people lock up their wing mirrors in London because people nick them. So I don't know how well that'd run.
The different areas, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that kind of brings it for a wrap today. We've had our debates. We've had your final concluding reflection on the story, and we've had the story itself. So
indeed, what a story! What a big one! And like I say, I remember that in the news quite a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. Because we would have been just about in high school.
Yeah,
at that sort of age.
And it was the kind of thing that, obviously, Top Gear being at the peak of its time back then, talked about quite a lot on Top Gear, and people on the lads on Top Gear made jokes about it quite a lot.
Yeah.
About how economical you're. Oh, very economical this car. Who's it owned by? VW. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I kind of remember that. But no. Thank you guys for listening to that story.
Yeah.
I think that was enjoyable to tell. It's quite unique. You don't see many people come in and
takes me back to what you call the fortnight days.
Yeah, the fortnight days, the good old days, it's the best days. But no, appreciate you guys listening. We're going to move on to potentially our favorite segment now, which is the beer segment. If you're not a beer drinker for any reason, then feel free to skip over now. We've been delighted to have you, and we'll see you in the next episode. Feel free to check out all of our other things and social medias. There's 8 other podcasts out now for you to listen to.
So that's about near around 8 hours of stuff to listen to. So
yeah, maybe even more.
Stick it on overnight. Sleep to it.
Yeah, just anything, please. But if you fancy a pint and you want to come down and join us for a drink, then we'll get into that right now.
We shall. So we'll see you in a quick second. And you join us once more, as you always love to see us, in the beer corner. With, beer? Can we call it the beer corner?
Well, this one isn't.
No. It's lined in pink, and it's a recorderlig. Creamish Swedish cider this time. Cider, 3.4%. Again, we're kind of... What we're trying to do is we're getting bored of having, oh, this is a great beer because I remember it for this reason, blah, blah, blah. This is a great beer, this is a great beer, this is nothing.
Trying something new.
Trying to go a little bit more outlandish. So Recorderlig. Yeah, you see them quite a lot of places.
I don't. This is we only have this because we had guests over and they left some Recorderligs.
Oh right, so have you not had one?
Never had one.
Oh right. Okay.
Never had one.
It's a rarity that I would have one of these because first of all, it's not beer.
Yeah.
And second of all, I feel like it requires a sunny day to have a cider.
A sunny day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are normally more premium in smaller bottles and cans, so I tend not to go for these. But I won't lie, I have had one of these in the past.
Have you? Ooh, can you remember it very well though? So we might be.
So this will still be a semi-first. As we always do, I will buy a lottery card if you guess the sell-by date. Well, not the sell-by date, the
best before. September 2027.
No.
How far?
It's the 1st of March 2028. So a bit more of life in this. This has got
it's probably all the sugar.
Yeah, and a year and a half in it. Yeah.
Because ciders are usually absolutely laced with sugar, though, aren't they? Kind of catering towards that 18-year-old audience who are fresh on boozing scene.
And women.
Yeah, maybe.
This also says this is the wild berries one, I must add, and it is naturally gluten-free and vegan. I guess what animal products are going to be in sugary alcohol soup?
Yeah, well, I suppose it could also come down to harming the environment for like non-regenerative farming and stuff. That could not be vegan. Yeah, well, should we give it a crack? Should we give it a whirl?
We can do indeed. This one is owned by a company.
AB InBev.
No. This one's Coors.
It's actually.
Yeah. So, again, every beer's company is owned by another beer company. So it'll be owned by probably AB InBev in some kind of umbrella term.
You reckon? I don't know. Would it though?
I'm trying to find a little bit more information on here. Please drink responsibly, as always, on here, and we concur with that statement.
Always drink responsibly. Yeah.
Indeed. So I think that is enough can information on here. Oh, and it's also a little logo, ball logo at the bottom.
What's that?
Ball logo. Ball used to be massive, but I think Ball did. They had mason jars. It's an old company, old company, and now they've disappeared into like the just owning other companies and not doing anything themselves.
That's perfect. That's kind of what I want my retirement plan to be.
I'm pretty sure anyway, because I recognise that logo, but not off of like anything recently, sort of thing. So here we go. So the perfect serve for one of these bad boys: ice cubes, a chilled recordling, a wild berry cider. Yeah, got that one.
Oh yes, that's one off the list.
Layer of seasonal berries.
Okay.
And at the bottom it just says beautifully Swedish refreshment. And I tell you what, I would love a beautifully Swedish refreshment.
I concur.
See, you're a tart man.
Yeah.
I'm a Swedish refreshment man.
Yeah, you like your Swedish berries.
Right, I'm gonna pour you a nice little shot and a half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the smaller can we can't really plug the whole can in one.
No.
I'm quite thirsty, so.
Now this one for once.
Ooh, very pungent.
Oh, is it?
Very berry, like very berry, to the point where you think, is that just a smoothie?
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, for once it isn't a nice golden or jet black colour. Instead we've got a nice rose red.
That is quite a nice colour actually, though, I will say. Let me know when you're ready to swig it on down.
Kind of looks kind of fitting in a fluted glass.
Yeah, in a way. A San Mig glass there,
Yeah.
glass.
Slightly different. Right.
Cheers.
Ready.
Old boy. Pleasantly surprised.
The taste follows the smell. It's very berry.
It is very berry, but I'm a big fan of berries and fruit in general.
Yeah.
I just love berries. So I think it's quite a master, even though it's not a lager, it's still a very nice cider. It's very good. As you say though, it needs to be like a 30-degree summer day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to enjoy one of these. I mean, very refreshing. I mean, it does say that on the can, and then it does again concur. Very refreshing drink, and I can imagine some kind of sunny day exertion, like walking a mile and needing one of these.
Yeah, so running to the pub maybe. Well,
Yeah.
you go like a 5k, and at the end of the 5k you have a little one of these from the pub. Do they ever do this on tap? Is this like a draftable item?
See, that's I don't think I've ever seen it on tap. I've only ever seen it in the fridges. So that might be why you've never really seen one. Because they're normally, do you know, like the fridges at the bottom underneath. You're not really looking at all that. You're looking at the good old taps up front.
Pure Swedish spring water. That's a good old little cider. I don't have a rating quite yet in my mind, though. So you might have to go before me.
Okay, so again, this one being different. It's very sweet, very nice, very easy to drink. I I'd say it's quite versatile because you can imagine, say, you go to a party or something and there's alcohol and someone goes, like, oh, do you want this recording? You go like, but of course. You're not going to be like, oh, I don't really drink that, thanks. Of course you do, everyone does.
You take that, yeah, easily, any day of the week.
Unless you don't drink alcohol, but then what are you doing at a drunken party?
Yeah, well, there you go. No, very pleasantly surprised. I'm not, I also should preface that I am not a big cider drinker at all. I never have cider.
Yeah, neither.
Never ever have cider.
So we know people that kind of only go for cider over beer. So this would, I think, really be up their alley, be a high one on their list.
Yeah, no, definitely. But
I have got a number.
For all intents and purposes, we'll rate this as just in our standard beer category. We won't knock it lower because it's a cider. We'll just group it all as one.
Yeah.
But you go first.
Yeah, I've still got my number. So I think, based on my personal opinions about, say, like, because it like you say, it's very berry, and I feel like it's to a sickly point. And I feel like a couple of these, it could get a bit too overbearing. You kind of want something a little bit lighter.
So you're thinking sessionability is your first category?
Yes, yeah, because when I think about alcohol, I don't think of, is it nice to drink every part of the day? I'm thinking, like, is it socially capable of drinking a few of them and over a bit of chat sort of thing?
That's very true.
So I think kind of thinking about that, but also thinking about, it's very easy to drink. A lot of people will drink it. It's versatile in how many people drink it. Fun drink, very refreshing. So I'm willing to give it a solid number.
Go on, solid number.
Solid number. I'm thinking like a.
Should we say our numbers together? No, I've got one. Should we say it on a 3, 2, 1?
Okay.
So we'll go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll say the number.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, 8.
8.2. Okay. Yeah.
You got 8.2. Okay.
8.2. So that little edge, because it is, I guess, for most people, an easy drink to enjoy.
I'd be willing to meet you at 8.2 just to round it out and get it on the charts.
Yep.
Yeah, happy to round that out at 8.2. That is very good. I do think that's very good. Now I know you said you couldn't drink a lot of them, but for my personal taste, I could probably drink a few of these.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, marketing and all that, it does say premium on the can. Of course they want it to say premium. But it does it does taste a little bit extra to the other ciders out there. I mean, not going to name any names, but there are like bigger cider companies that are more recognised, and this kind of feels a little bit more something. Like there's a little bit more there.
I agree. I do agree.
What you found? What we're looking at?
What I just think is this like the Jubel of the cider world?
Super refreshing, super sessionable, super sweet. Actually, that's a little topical bit of conversation before we end this. A bit of story time about festivals and Jubel.
Yeah.
So obviously, as we all know ourselves, but I mean, other people might know as well, going back, because this is the 4th year going to a festival, it was actually 5 years, 2021, I think, that we went to our first one.
2022. Summer of 2022.
And Jubel had a small stand there where they were serving peach, grapefruit and elderflower. But they didn't have any taps, they were just purely serving cans. Had a little DJ booth next to it. Brilliant.
They did have taps, but they had to sell cans in the end because they ran out of the taps.
Oh, yes, that's right, yeah. Little DJ booth next to it, so it was like a little thing going on there. Really nice, so we really enjoyed it. But Jubel back then was just that stall. It was, well, not just that stall, but at the festival it was just that small and it was quite nice. Fast forward to this year, there was a Jubel stand serving pints. There was a Jubel van that was dishing out free mini cans, like the 150ml tiny cans.
Really?
Smaller than that, yeah.
What?
There was also Jubel on tap in every bar. And then cans available as well. So it's big. It's big. Literally walking around the festival, everyone's holding a Jubel.
I think is that there's one company that I've look, probably we've been keeping an eye, but I know for myself personally, I've been keeping a close eye, and thankfully, the founder accepted my connection on LinkedIn, so shouts out to you. But I love this company, man. I love this company.
I feel like part of it is because we've we've not been in from the start. Oh, go on, put me a little bit. We haven't been in from the start, obviously. We're not like founders ourselves, but we've kind of watched it from 2022 onwards and watched it grow, because back then, nowhere near the size it was. I mean,
we had a Jubel shower, didn't we? We showered ourselves in Jubels,
And we even watched it when they first went to Sainsbury's. They went in store in Sainsbury's as the mini cans, the 33ml, those ones.
330ml, yeah.
And then from that point, they moved to other stores. And then now they're this big phenomenon that they are now. I mean, I remember back in the day when they had their website and you just follow on the map. Where's your closest Jubel? We had one pub in all of Leicester.
Yeah, the Parcel Yard is now closed.
Yeah, but now the 45 West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean that's the only place, I think. Other than there might be others.
Probably loads more now.
Yeah, there's probably loads more now, but back in the day there was only that one and one other.
Exactly, and I will go on record right now saying Jubel is one of my favourite companies of all time.
Yeah.
Easily. I love the vibes, I love what they stand for. They're really regenerative. They use regenerative wild farm barley, don't they? They're certified B Corp, which is environmentally friendly. They make fantastic product. It always tastes great. I've never had a bad Jubel.
UK born and bred.
Yeah, UK born and bred, and also they're really good for their employees as well. They take them on skiing holidays.
Of course, See, that's hard to watch. What's the Interstellar? Let me in! No!
Yeah.
No. I'll be there.
But no, what a fantastic company. But moving back onto the recording.
Yes.
About Jubel. We do a lot of Jubel glaze.
Completely forgot we were doing recording, So, I think 8.2 is solid.
I mean,
it's a good time. Again, if I wasn't going to drive home and there was more of these stacked up, I'd probably fancy myself at another one. Yeah. Because it is that nice. But the thing that's straying it away from being a 10 is the fact that I think there is that kind of sickly note in there that is probably a little bit too much. Fair. But yeah, I mean that is the Recorder League Wild Berries tonight. So we hope greatly that you've enjoyed watching this, watching the story, watching the dark side of the road, watching the beer, whatever part you enjoy, let us know. And we'll just kind of like do another hour of that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, hope you've enjoyed. Hope you've seen our other bits and bobs, and hope you enjoy those bits too. And let us know what you think and what's going on, so we can maybe incorporate your ideas or anything into future episodes. So yes, see you around, see you other episodes, see you wherever, see you on social media, and we will definitely see you next time.
See you soon.